Good morning Year 9 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Here's the starter for today. Can you find 56 times 9? Can you then find 2/3 of 9? Can you find all the factors of 12 and then can you simplify this expression by collecting like terms? Pause the video and have a go at those questions in your light blue books now. Right, let's go through the answer. For the first one we need to do 56 multiplied by 9. 6 times 9 gives me what, Owen? 54, lovely. 5 times 9 gives me what, Josh? 45 plus 5 is 50, so you should have got 504. For the second question, if I wanted to find 1/3 of 9, I'd do 9 divided by 3, which gives me 3. So to find 2/3, I need to do 3 times 2, which gives me 6. Factors a number that's going to 12, so I could have 1 times 12. I could have 2 times 6. I could have 3 times 4. So my factors of 12 are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And finally, to simplify by collecting like terms, I need to put my x terms together. So 2x plus 4x would give me 6x. I need to put my numbers together. I've got plus 3, plus 7, which gives me 10, take away 2, which gives me 8. Okay, Year 9, here's today's lesson destination. We're going to be looking at substituting into expressions. First of all, what does substitution mean? Well, in football, it just means swapping a player for another player. So here's my football team. I've got Al, Ben, Kat and Dido. I want to substitute Ben for Ed. So I'm going to take Ben out and put Ed in there instead. How about if I called them A, X, C and D? Well, in maths, we just use letters instead of names of people. So if I wanted to substitute X for 2, here's Mr. 2. I'll take out my X, and everywhere I see an X, I need to put in the number 2. So it works exactly the same way as it does in football. Here's an example. I've got x squared plus 6 plus x plus x, and I would like to substitute x for 2. And that means wherever I see the letter x, I need to put in the number 2. I've got x squared, so there's an x. I need to put in the number 2. X squared becomes 2 squared. Here I've got an x again. I need to put in the number 2. And here I've got another x, so I need to put in the number 2. Everywhere I saw an x, I just put in the number 2. Here, here, and here. I can now work out the value of this expression by saying 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. 6 stays as it is. 2 divided by 2 is what, Lilia? 1 exactly, and I've got a 2 on the end. So this gives me 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 1, 11, plus 2 gives me 13. Okay, Year 9, in your dark blue books, can you write the title Substitution? And the definition of substitution is just swapping a letter for a value. Please write that under your title, and then when you've got that down, pens down, eyes on me, I'm going to go through these examples and then you're going to do some examples. First of all, if x is equal to 4, what is x plus 2? Well, everywhere I see an x, I need to substitute in the value 4. So x plus 2 just becomes 4 plus 2, which is 6. For the second one, I've got x take away 2. Wherever I see an x, I need to put in the 4. So I've got 4 take away 2, which is 2. The next one's a bit trickier. I've got 2x. Now I cannot just write 24. Because what does 2x mean, Rowan? 2x means 2 times x. So I've got 2 times 4, which gives me 8. And for my last question, I'm going to write it as 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Over to you, Year 9, in your dark blue books. Have a go at these questions for me. Pause the video for a couple of minutes and work those out now, please. Right, let's go through some answers. If x is equal to 9, x plus 3 is just 9 plus 3, which is 12. X take away 3 is 9 take away 3, which is 6. 3x means 3 times x. 3 times 9 gives me 27. And for the last one, I can write that as 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Okay, Year 9, what does a squared mean? Sophie, what does a squared mean? It means a times a, exactly. Let's use that. I'm going to go through some examples and then you're going to do some examples in your dark blue books. If a is equal to 3, what is a squared? Now again, we're just substituting in, so wherever we see an a, we need to write the number 3. A squared is equal to a times a, which is 3 times 3, which is 9. You could also choose to write that as 3 squared, which is 9. For the second part, I've been asked, what is 2a squared? Now we know that 2a squared means 2 times a squared. Wherever we see an a, we need to write the number 3. So I've got 2 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So I've got 2 times 9, which gives me 18. Over to you, Year 9, in your dark blue books. Pause the video for a couple of minutes and work out these questions for me. Right, let's go through the answers. X squared, we just need to substitute in the number 4, which gives us 4 squared, which is 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16. For the second one, I've got 2 times x squared, which gives me 2 times 4 squared. We know 4 squared is 16, so I've got 2 times 16, which gives me 32. Okay, Year 9, mini whiteboards or light blue books. If a is 5, what is a plus 7? Okay, we're looking at 5 plus 7, which gives me 12. How about now, if x is 5, what is x take away 3? Wherever we see an x, we need to write the number 5. I've got 5 take away 3, which gives me 2. How about now, if a is 5, what is 2a? 2a means 2 times a, which is 2 times 5, which is 10. How about now, if b is 5, what is 5b plus 2? Okay, let's go through it. 5b just means 5 times b, which is 5 times 5, which is 25. So I've got 5b plus 2, which is 25, plus 2, which is 27. How about this one? Pause the video, answer the question in your light blue books for me. Right, let's go through it. This time 2b means 2 times b. We substitute in the 5 for the b, so we've got 2 times 5, which is 10. So 10 take away 2b is 10 take away 10, which is 0. How about now? What's a over 4? Everywhere we see an a, we need to write the number 8. So we've got 8 over 4. 8 divided by 4 is what, Sophie? 2. Excellent. How about if a is 8, what is 8 minus a over 4? This time we've got 8 take away 8 over 4, which gives me 8 take away 2, which is what, Charlotte? 6. Excellent. If n is 5, what is n squared? Wherever we see an n, we need to write the number 5. So we've got 5 squared, which is 5 times 5, which is what, Ryan? 25. Very wise. Next up, what is n squared plus 6? Wherever we see an n, we need to write the number 5. 5 squared plus 6 is 5 times 5 plus 6, which gives me 31. How about now? Pause the video, have a little think, write down your answer in your light blue book. Right, let's go through it. Wherever we see an n, we need to write the number 5. So I've got 3 lots of 5 plus 6, which is 3 lots of 11, which is 33. How about now? Pause the video, have a think. Right, let's go through it. This time we've got 5 lots of wherever we see an n, we need to write the number 5. 5 take away 1, which is 5 lots of 4. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, Year 9. In your light blue books, please pause the video for 10 to 15 minutes. Starting with n is equal to 5, can you use substitution to work out the values of all of these spider diagram expressions? Pause the video and complete those questions in your light blue books now, please. And these are the answers I was looking for. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, please pause the video, Year 9, and have a go at these exam questions for me. They should only take you about 2 to 3 minutes. Off you go. And these are the answers. Please check your work and see how you did. Okay, Year 9, how good are you? If x is equal to 10, match up the correct answers to each of the expressions. So I've given you some expressions on the left-hand side, and I've given you some answers on the right-hand side. Please match them up for me. And if you find that easy, have a go at my extension questions at the bottom. Pause the video for 10 minutes and have a go at those now, please. And these are the answers matched up. Please check your work and see how you did. If you did my extension questions where x was equal to 10, you should have got 300, 196 and negative 190. And finally, here was our lesson destination of today. Oh, sorry. When y is equal to 4, work out the value of each expression and tell me which expression has the largest value. When y is equal to 1, work out the value of each expression and work out which expression has the largest value. And finally, as an extension, write a number to make the sentence below true. Please pause the video for 5 minutes and have a go at these exam questions now. And these are the answers to the values of the expressions. And these were the largest answers. I've circled them for you. And as an example, when y is 1, 3 plus y has a larger value than 3y because 3y would be 3, whereas 3 plus y would be 4. And that's the end of today's lesson. Please head over to Google Classroom and submit today's exit ticket. Thanks for listening. Always a pleasure. Have a great day. Goodbye.